Hey everyone, it's VM Campos Magic Fan. I think I've got everything set up just right. I've got my live streaming monitor over here. Good. I've got my game right here. Good. I've got my control thing over there. No drop frames. CPU looks good. Ambient noise seems fine. Lights seem good. How's everyone doing? Now, we are also going to do the amazing cam over here, if it behaves, so I'll be able to jump to this side of the camera and do cool stuff, maybe point to the background over there with my stuff, and then we've also got the card camera over here. But this time I don't have cards, I have comic books to talk about. If you were here in the morning stream, I mentioned these a little bit, but then I'm going to go into them in detail this time. So I've got the comic cam, the awesome cam right here, and then the regular camera right there. Everything looks fine. Got the music playing in the background. I'm going to mention it right here. We're ready to get started. So how's everyone doing tonight? I am ready to go. What I'll do first, perhaps, is play a game just to loosen things up. Let's see. You know, I'm just gonna dive right into some sealed stuff. So we can do sealed Ravnica. Nah. We can also do, not sealed, but limited, traditional draft. There's a couple traditionals, right? Traditional. There's ranked draft war or ranked draft core set. Both of these are ranked. Well, let's do War of the Spark. Let's do some ranked War of the Spark. Remember this set from 1,000 years ago? Let's see if we can get back into the spirit of war. So first of all, Dreadhorde Butcher 1/1 with haste, and it gets bigger and bigger. Amazing. Bond of Revival, bring back a big creature. Dreadhorde Taskmaster, when it attacks, pay and return stuff. Nope. Davriel Shadow Fugue, I like that. Samut, kind of cool. Battle. Aven Eternal starts to amass. Toll of the Invasion makes them discard plus amass. Well, let's go with the rare. And we'll see about going into Rakdos. Well, I could do Angrath. That'll amass. Lazotep Reaver. Chandra's Pyrohelix. Here be monsters, also known as VM Campos. So, Rakdos colors here. Well, I suppose this one, people love this one. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1 to end of turn and scry, or the Reaver. Let's see if we can get more Reavers a little later. Demolish. Ooh, there's the Spellgorger Weird. All I need to do now is get non-creature spells. Sorin's Thirst Herald, or the Heartfire. Aid the Fallen. Choose one, or both. Return creature card from your graveyard, or return a Planeswalker. Blind Blast, 1 damage to target creature, cannot block, draw a card. That might help with my Spellgorger Weird and stuff. On Crop Invader 2/2, first strike, sacrifice another creature. Kaya's ghost form. Ooh, there's the God Pharaoh's statue. I kind of want that one to work out, even though it never will. But that's okay. 1/5 lifelink. There's the Shadow Fugue or the Invasion. Mass. I suppose here's Saheeli Flyer. Spark Reaper. Sure. And 5 damage to target player or planeswalker. Sure. Behemoth. Another Behemoth. Alright, ooh, we got Davriel right here. Discard a card. Shriek Diver, Invading Manticore. Yep, let's get...
No one has seen my face and lived.
No one has seen us. Oh, we can get a Saheeli here, actually, because that's red mana. Let's do
Today
that.
I craft my victory.
Or I could also get a Samut. So a creature gets +2. Creatures have haste. Raging Crunch. Ooh, Bolt Band. Costs 3 less. Change the target of spell or ability. Aid the Fallen, or a Crunch, or a Chain Whip 4/4. Bond of Passion. Gain control of target creature. Untap it. It gains haste. Bond deals 2 damage to any other target for 6 mana. Blind Blast, Pyrohelix, Shadow Fugue. Ooh, there's the Triumph. Devouring Hellion. Toll. Goblin Assault Team. I love these little guys with their cute cosplay. And here, Stoneblades up to 2 target creatures +2. Or another Assault Team. Tibalt's Rager 1/2. When it dies and it gets plus. Sarkhan's Catharsis 4/3. When target or enters, if you control another creature of 4, deals 2 damage to each opponent. I need more like low cost spell. I need more low cost. Okay, here we go. The Passion, the Blast, or the Catharsis. Deals 1 damage to target creature. Can't block, draw a card. Well, it's common, we'll probably get more of them. Blind Blast, there it is. Manticore. And a plain old goblin. Alright, we can get a Kaya, since she can be played in black. Yeah, let's get
rid of anything, living or dead.
Price of Betrayal. I'm gonna need that maybe for these big ol' Planeswalkers. Ooh, there's an Ashiok. Emergent Zone, Lazotep Reaver, Stoneblades. Let's put a ton of Planeswalkers in this piece. I kind of don't like. Oh, there's the Dread Malkin, 1/1 Menace. Sacrifice a creature. Put 2 1/1s. The new Ashiok voice I kind of don't love. It has too much of an effect. Alright, so I have so many of these. Oh wait, actually,
This will be devilishly fun.
I have so many Planeswalkers in this deck, it's kind of wacky. So many tolls. How many of those tolls do I have, actually? 3 of them. Do I want 4 of them? Yeah, let's go wacky with that. Just a 2-2 for 2, I suppose. Manticore. Okay, this is kind of, okay, so this is kind of weird, these particular, I haven't played this one in a little while, I haven't played War, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I committed to 4 of those Tolls of the Invasion, so I'm going to put them in the deck. After all, it helps me amass, and it'll help wipe out their hand a bit. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so I actually managed to get everything in colors I wanted. That's fun. So I have 59 cards. Can I make a full 60 card deck? Is that too much? Okay, let's look at things this way. So at the very top end, the God Pharaoh statue. I got a big old Kaya. There's the Bond, the Manticore, the Tithe Taker. So that gets me a 4-5 and a 2-2 at the high end. This is only a 4-5, but draws me a card. I don't know what to do there. Okay, only 1 behemoth. Let's do 0 behemoths. 4-4, 4-5. Is that Catharsis too expensive? Just replying to a text message here. Anyway, Price of Betrayal, that Burning Prophet. I guess I'm not going to cut any more creatures. I've got lots of non-land. I have so many things, don't know what to get rid of. Yep, this deck makes no sense. Alright, let's do some math right here. 60 minus 24, 36. So 36. Can only have 17 lands. 15 plus 23. 38. If I get rid of 2 non-creatures, 2 non-creatures, so I have 38 spells. First of all, let's put... Oh, it automatically knew to put that, actually. Fine. Let's do a 60 card deck in limited, because I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe this thing is starting to work. I just need to get rid of 2 cards. Okay, I guess that Catharsis is too expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna do a limited deck, but of 60 cards. 3.4 average, 15 creatures, 21 non-creatures. Okay, this is complete suicide. Let's just go ahead and play this. Let's play 1 game and then maybe put it at a more reasonable... Maybe then after this, come to my senses and put it at a more reasonable... deck size. So the algorithm is trying to match me up because they're saying, VM Campos, why are you playing with such a weird deck? I'm sure it's like giving me the option, you should probably pare down your deck. So what do you think there in the chat? Vote. Will I make it with a 60 card deck? First of all, this is a horrible opening hand. Is this a portent to how bad this deck will do? It is vaguely alright. See, this is the thing that I hate about this new mulligan. What happened there? You saw that, right? I was about to play. Let me go back to my feed here. What happened there? It just suddenly went back to here. I don't know. I didn't see anything in my other screen. Like, what happened there? I was ready to play and then it kicked me back? Did I imagine that? Come on, chat, tell me what happened. How did it suddenly kick me back to there? There was no loss. And there was no win. Weird. Shaggy 3, dope, 5 me. Sure. Okay, so once again, just getting another terrible opening hand. At least I go first. Another terrible opening hand. I guess I'll get rid of that passion. If I'm on track to get my third land, I can toll, but that's a turn 3. Okay, here we go. Here's the third land. Come on, Magic Gods. I have a 60 card deck. Okay, there we go. Okay, so amass 2. That's gonna come soon, so I guess that's the fastest thing to work with. Third turn, I need my 4th land for my assault team. I could do the Shadow Fugue. Opportunist, okay. Okay, well... Is this going to be the only example in known history where they've accumulated enough mana to do that damage? They don't realize that they've got something in hand. Alright, pretty annoying. Okay, 5 lands. 5 mana is enough to do a bunch of great things. But here I am, dithering around with barely reaching 3 mana, so... Yes, you have your Heartfire, and you have that 5 damage. Fine. This is vaguely adequate. That's not great. Well, at least they can't Heartfire, but they're about to have 6 mana to bring out their Tithe Taker, which I cannot deal with. And again, it's like, what is going on with this? this algorithm. Okay, so guess I can do that. You get to pick what you can discard. They have a huge grip of cards. They have a huge amount of mana. 7 mana to my 3. They've got that weird to make it better and better. Cannot attack alone. Did they top deck an amazing card for that spell weirder to get big? Nope. Well, I'm gonna have some defense over here. They're gonna peel something amazing to do some damage to make that spell gorger big. They're gonna attack with it. They've got a 4/3. That's dead. There we go, of course. Something gets a +1, whatever. So I guess here we want to take out the Reach Creech. I might be able to get my 6th land right here. Uh-oh, something made a noise when it... Okay, my mouse died. Freaking hell. So, let's do it with the pad over here, which does nothing. Any target. Okay, how about the opponent? Yeah, submit that, please. Yeah, submit that. Got a land. Okay, there's that. Let's see if I can get my mouse to come back to life. Drop that. Bane. I guess let's get rid of that weird. They're gonna go possibly after me or my Kaya. That's fine. That cannot attack anyway. Actually, that was a great play. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Okay, this might be interesting.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun.
So, yeah, my mouse is kind of acting weird, huh? So that Crunch still won't be able to attack. They're just tapped out. Fine. Cannot attack or block alone. Spells cost more. Drop that, I guess. Can't attack alone. Okay, never mind. What am I doing here? Target artifact creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. Alright, so is the God Pharaoh's gift gonna do something cool? Alright, guess get rid of that.
I'm not afraid of fairies. They're afraid of me.
Drop that. I guess what I can do here, target artifact you control, target artifact or creature you control. There we go.
Do I have your attention now?
So I'll have 2 of them. And that gets big. Target a planeswalker. When it deals to 1 to any target, okay, we'll do it over there. That gets bigger there. That does damage there. Can I make a copy of that another statue? Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn. Until end of turn. Okay, that's 2/2 first strike, but only on their turn. I get a freaking land. Okay, well.
I like to think
What am I even doing here? God. They are thinking very hard to do something. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's got first strike.
Ever seen water burn? If you want it, fight for it.
Alright, so I don't think that they're gonna eat anything with their Dread Malkin to put 2 +1 counters. That'll become a 3. Okay, so what do we do here? All my 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 damage to me if they... All I need to do is block one of these things, and then I might win this. Actually, not really, because they're gonna eat their thing, huh? But that still saves me some time. I still add up enough to kill it. So I just needed to turn on the fan. My cool full art swamps. can do a Spellgorger Weird. Alright, let's see if I can goad them with some combat tricks. Submit one, that gets bigger. I'll do a Shadow Fugue, sure. Next turn I can do that Shadow Fugue. They have a grip of cards. Contentious land to proliferate. They're missing a land. Okay, well, sorry. Do another one of those next turn, sure. They're making the ultimate sacrifice. They had to drop Finale and Relentless. Okay, there's their third land, Flux Channeler. Let's get rid of... Okay, they have no more lands. The mutation... They have a lot of good things. Fourth mana could give them an amass 3. Mutation... Yeah, these are a lot of good cards. I don't know what to get rid of here. Everything's great. Everything's really great. Okay, let's deal with this where it's not going to hurt my things. Blind Blast deals a damage and cannot block. Draws me a card for lands. Drake. Fine. Okay, fine. Let's do another one of these. 5 lands, so I need 5 lands. Sure. This time we'll get rid of that amass right there. I'll take that out, sure. It will amass plus something. Nothing to proliferate. Maybe there'll be... yep, the Spellgorger Weird is a good one to get rid of. So my Blind Blast will take out that. They're gonna try to race me A. Passion. Do I need gain control of creature? Gain control of creature. Sure, okay. We can attack them with their own Drake or something. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 lands. Here's my 6th land. Okay. Gain control of target creature. Got it. Deals 2 damage to any other target. Let's get rid of that. Triumph on that, sure. I'll take that for a little bit of life gain. Comes in as a 5/5, sure. You get to sacrifice something, which I'm sure won't be that great. Okay, they went with some air stuff. Fine. Got my own 4/5 critter. 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's lethal right there. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna... Hey Mark, how are you doing? No worries about being late, you just will get to see another defeat of mine. This is totally game over, so... How are you doing there? Now this is my fault, of course, because I'm trying to do a 60-card deck, but it would make sense that it would kind of work. Let's do another draft. This time we'll see how, if things are a little better. Okay, so this is War of the Spark draft. We can do the Gleaming Overseer. That's kind of cool. Tomic Jiang Yangu. Yeah, let's see if we can get this Gleaming Overseer to do some cool amass stuff in Dimir. Bleeding Edge is cool. Ashiok, there's another Overseer. Toll of the Invasion. Contentious Plan, Kasmina's Transmutation. Spell Keeper, weird. 1/4 sacrifice to return an instant, so that'd be a 1/4 anyway. Cures Dambreaker for like the really big high end. Naga Eternal, just a plain old 3/2. Or how about a 2/3? Kind of like that as a better blocker. We'll get this Lazotep Reaver. I guess the Behemoth. Another Toll. Nothing, and nothing, and nothing. Okay, well, the last 3 picks were not great. Ooh, there's Massacre Girl. She's amazing. I know I've used her in Commander, and she is amazing. Vraska, create assassins, sure.
You won't see the end coming until it's too late.
Shadowfugue, Cruelty. Vizier of Scorpions. That makes some nice poisonous creatures.
I do hope this mask is intimidating enough.
So having a ton of planeswalkers is so wacky. Ooh, there's an Obnixilis.
The history of this world is one of conquest.
We'll do an Extractor, a 1/5 with lifelink. Behemoth, unlikely. Shadowfugue. Return, Behemoth, and nothing. Okay, then we got a Narset's Reverse. This is the one that I still don't get. Let's read this carefully. Copy target instant or sorcery. Okay, so if I'm trying to play an instant or sorcery, and I play 2 more blue, I get the card back. Okay, so now I get it. Ooh, maybe I want an Ugin's Conjurant, actually. That's an X spell. Contentious Plan, Crush Descent, Banehound. Firemind's Vessel, Statue. Liliana's Triumph, please, yes. Another toll. I got all the tolls, I think. Get a Lazotep Reaver for more amassiness. I guess that wall. Saheli. Ashiok Skulker. Can't be blocked for 4 mana. Totally lost. That'll help against some... Hey Stevie, how are you doing? If you... Pro tip, if you totally lost an amass creature, it will actually kill it because it cannot go to the top of the graveyard. I mean the top of the library. Alright, so what do we not want? Red, Simic, green. Don't need that Crovod actually. What else do I have in white? What else do I have in white that it's suggesting white mana? Oh, the Bulwark Giant. There we go. Okay, so 52 cards. There's a 5/6. We have too many of those behemoths. Skulker, Massacre Girl, yes. Totally Lost, Obnixilis, Skulker, Charity, Silverwing, Shadow Fugue, Bleeding Edge, Toll, Obnixilis, Davriel, Vizier, Reaver, Weird, Wall of Runes, Banehound, Ghost Form, Aid, Liliana, Transmutation, Contentious, Reaver. How are we both doing? I'm doing just fine. I'm just trying to see the best strategy here. I need to cut down maybe 6 whole cards. Let's see at the very top end. I have a lot of planeswalkers. That's probably my issue. That's why it's kind of up there with a little too many cards. Alright, let's give that a shot with my usual 42 cards. So how are you doing? Were you productive? Everyone there in the chat, were you productive in the chat today? I mean, in real life? If you were productive, don't forget to put a fun message in Loots so that we can get some sponsorship. Alright, go first. This is fun. I get my wall to hold off a little bit, plus a scry. Toll, sure. That will help me amass on turn 3. Got a Banehound, but I've got a blocker, which they don't do anything with. Okay, third turn, Toll of the Invasion. And then after that, Vizier of Scorpion. That's a 1/1 first strike, which also amasses. Fine. Okay, I have my own Banehound, but instead I want to do this. And let's get rid of their own Toll of the Invasion. Nice. They'll have their Honor. That's a 1/1 first strike. Okay, so here, let's make our Vizier a little larger. I mean, let's make our army a little larger. Have a lot of cards, 4 mana. Their 5th mana's coming up to be able to Totally Lost me. They're gonna... Oh, they're getting rid of Totally Lost. Fine. That's a 2/2. Attack with everything A. Well, I guess they'll trade all of that. That's an instant. So the Grim Initiate, it was a lazy day. Target player discards 2 cards. Okay, well, you can... Before we do that, you can do that. And then, let's take a quick look at your hand over here. Nice. Ooh, Kefnet. That's coming next turn. I gotta get rid of that. We'll attack there. Most likely they will not block. Next turn they can Tyrant Scorn. Actually, they don't have blue mana, so that's good. They're trying to do 3 colors. That's a little creature that I can block. And then a weird... has life link. So once they drop their blue land, not yet. Okay, so let's let's see about that. Do they have any combat tricks to deal with that? No. My army is done. We get to wreck something again from their hand. I guess let's get rid of that Tyrant's Scorn. Do some attacking. Gonna keep blocking with a 0/4. Nothing important there. So what can I bring back from the graveyard? Toll of the Invasion. They're just hitting me for 1. I could bring back an instant or sorcery. So So 3 mana to bring back an instant or sorcery. Do I have anything good in there? Toll of the Invasion or Liliana's Triumph. Guess it's a little more important to just do some attacking. And okay, they had enough with not getting anything good from their hands. And look at that, I went up to, oh, silver. So I'm at silver tier 4. Amazing. So that's 1 win compared to the previous game where I tried to do some 60 card shenanigans. They go first. I've got another wall. Okay, this is pretty cool. You have a first turn play. I have a first turn play. And here I will get a Vraska 4 mana. Maybe. Let's see if I get my 4th land for her. That's a 1/1. Who cares? Okay, 3rd turn, I can do the toll. They'll have a 2/1, but not a flyer. Let's do that toll. Ooh, Ob Nixilis, 4 mana for that. 5 mana for that. Actually, let's get rid of Sorin for the moment. On crop. They're gonna go with stuff in the air. I'll have my own air stuff. They've got that for 4 mana coming up. Fine. Next turn I can Gleaming Oversea. That's a 2/2 first strike. Fine. Sacrificing another creature gets +2. Fine. They're gonna sacrifice their own Initiate to amass. So my wall is done. We will bring in a Death Touch critter. So what do they want to sacrifice for their on-crop again? Okay, so I'm definitely getting that out of the way. And that they'll probably sacrifice something. Deck is battling. This is a very interesting one. Ooh, yes, actually, this will let me get something out of their hand. So when they get to their 4th land, they'll be able to bring that 3/2 out. So I guess that'll be the most pressing thing to get out of here. That's a 2/2. Let's bring in an assassin, and then we'll just wait a little bit. And I forgot to attack. Okay, that's fine. That'll be able to for me to block. Okay, so they have something to kill with. Fine. They're gonna go to me. Fine. I know they're gonna sacrifice their Initiate. I guess not. Okay, so here I can create a 5/5. Actually, that's a 6/6. Oh, so look at that. I've got a 6/6. Nothing in the air. That's a 1/1. That on-crop invader's pretty amazing. So they've been stuck on 3 mana for a long time. I guess they'll sacrifice a couple of things again. So they're decreasing their board state, I suppose. Alright, so again, so once they get their 4th land, they can amass. Four, 5, 6 damage in total. There's their 4th land. So here, I doubt they will kill one more of their creature. That on-crop invader is cool, but... Okay, so I got a lot of blockers right here. I gotta go for it because... I gotta start closing the game down. There we go. Danrax couldn't handle it. Excellent. My army was too epic for them. And that earns me a Bloodthirsty Aerialist, which I already have a whole grip of, so anyway. So let's do this. I forgot to say for everyone new. So we've got the amazing cam over here where I switch over. Oh, actually, let me do it even more amazing. I got the amazing cam right here. So we can say what happened. That it was pretty amazing. Back to the game. So I go first again. Sure. I have a turn 1 play, but then nothing until turn 4. They had to mulligan. And, let me see here, what do I come up with Scry? I guess I can hold things off for a little while. There's going to be a Banehound. Oh, that's a Dread Malkin. Okay, so I guess what we'll do here is wreck that army since it gets big. Next turn, I can Vraska, or actually I can Silverwing. let's Silverwing. Now they can sacrifice. Let's see what they do here. Do they spend their mana or do they keep it so that they can sacrifice until end of turn? Augur of Bolus. Okay. That's not enough mana to do that. No attacks. Fine. Used to mulligan. Like I used to mulliganing. I think it should be included in most card games. A fun mechanic. The new mulligan actually torments me because when you put back your cards and then you... Oh, wouldn't you know it, they've got their only counterspell to ever exist.
If you see an assassin coming for you, that's a bad assassin.
Anyway, so what I don't like is that when you mulligan back to your 7, you see all of your amazing cards that you could have. Okay, what do we want to do here? So that's 4 mana in total. They can do that Relentless Advance to amass for 3. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We have 1 land. Gotta get a new laptop or desktop. You can start playing. Yes, you can save a little bit at a time to get to that laptop or desktop. I would say desktop if you don't need to you know, lug it portably. Alright, so do I have a way to get rid of that? Yeah, I have Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. If I can... I'm not going to be able to get that... Never mind, I'm not going to be able to get that army unless I sacrifice my weird. I'm gonna have to do a lot of shenanigans here, but they're probably gonna put that +2/+2. Oh, okay, so they're gonna do it on my land. They're gonna amass that. That's a 6/6 now. Alright, so let's see if this works. If they 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, that's not gonna work. We're gonna put it all on that one. Okay. So they're tapped out, so I can bring in a big ol' 5, 6, 7. I can bring in a 7/7 Conjurant. Let's see what happens here. I'm very far down. Did the London Mulligan take effect? Yes, definitely. It's the new London Mulligan. Alright, so we've got this air attack in the air. I'm not going to be able to deal with that. If I put a ghost form... Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a total death right there. Okay, let's yeah, you need to get used to the new mulligan because that's the law of the land. Practice on arena to see how it's like because that's the new thing. They go first. All I need is 1 black mana and then I'm in business. But you know how it is. So there's strike 1. Okay, there we go. So what do they have here with a counter spell or something? Is there a 2 casting cost red spell that deals damage? Probably. Spell weird. Fine. Let's take a look at your hand. And we don't need that Heartfire or that 2 damage. Let's get rid of Saheeli. That always does great things. Do a little attack. 4th turn. What can they do there? They can do the Pyrohelix to kill 1 thing. I want their Blast Zone. And if they crack the Blast Zone, they can kill my army right away. So we'll put in a big ol' 1/5. So now the mulligan is in effect. How much does it affect on the strategy? It affects strategy in terms of that it torments me so much because I get a bad opening hand, I mulligan it, and then he gives me 7 cards which are amazing, and then I have to throw 1 back. Even worse, I have to mulligan twice, and I still get 7 amazing cards, but then I have to throw 2 back. So I've already experienced that several times during this game here. Okay, so that's fine here, because the only thing you're going to kill is my Lazotep Reaver, so my army's out of range. That's kind of good. Getting closer to that Dam Breaker, actually. So this has Hexproof and Menace. So if I send that army forward... Actually, let's wait 1 more. So they went out of their range. Actually, they could never hit the army. I guess they can Heartfire something. That's an instant. Okay. Let's bring in a big ol' 5/6. But that's got hexproof, so that's actually great. Let's turn that into a 4/4. Next turn I can Gleaming Overseer to do double hexproof. Alright, so that's 4. That'll kill anything with a CMC of 4, which is my Charity Extractor. Everything else is kind of out of their range. Unless they think that 4 CMC will... Unless they think that their Blast Zone will hit my army, which is a CMC of 0. And I'm gonna undo some stuff. They want to keep that... They want to keep that Heartfire. So you can do 4 damage to my... Oh, actually, it's got hexproof, so you can't. How about double hexproof? Right, so that's a 5/5 with Menace. I'm gonna tap everything out. Next up, they are getting a Spellgorger Weird, which is actually pretty cool. So anyway, let's do some attacks here. Yeah, I might as well send a little bit of everything their way. 5/5 has to be double blocked, so that'll tie stuff up. Okay, that's fine. And I guess they might not see that big old 5/6 coming at them. Okay, that's fine. Double hexproof, exactly. That means that I win the game automatically, I think, right? So my Dambreaker does 5 damage. They can Heartfire something, but I've got a huge board presence. That Spellgorger Weird is pretty cool. Although everything's kind of out of range except for the Reaver. Four mana in total for CMC only takes out my Extractor. I don't think that's worth it. I just noticed my opponent is named Polar Bear. It's the 19th. I have the thing. That's right, yes. 19th of August is the day that I am sponsored by Wizards of the Coast to play some Magic Arena. Okay, so that's going to hit my Charity Extractor. I guess both. Okay, that's kind of good, actually. And then they can block something, and then... 4 damage there. Now, for some reason, Streamlabs says bad gateway. So let me know if suddenly you cannot see my screen, because on my stream software, Streamlabs, my screen is blank. But hopefully you still can see. Actually, on Twitch... On Twitch that says bad gateway. Oh, and then also on YouTube that says bad gateway. Not good. So this is the second time that this has ever happened. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. It says bad gateway. This is the second time this has ever happened with Streamlabs, and like this is the software that I use. Actually, can you hear me at least? This is the second time that's ever happened, and it this is the software that I rely on to stream. So the last time this happened, it kind of fixed itself. Actually, we can do this. if I switch over here, you can see me, but then you can't see the game, which is more important, right? So I will... I'll switch back to... I'll switch back to the game in a moment. Okay, there, I guess it's maybe back to normal. Although when I was testing this the other day, I had that bad gateway and it just didn't fix itself for too long. Okay, double blocking or whatever. So they're thinking how to use their Heartfire or their Jaya's Greedy. Both of those are instants, right? Yep, they're both instants. Yeah, back to normal. Very weird. I don't know why it did that. And they're trying to figure out what to do here. Alright, getting them down to 2 life. Kazmina. So that weird is a 4/4. They make a 2/2. Gonna discard a land. You can still do Heartfire on something. Attack. Who cares? And I have a Vraska right here. '80s gremlins.
I leave dead bodies. Fighting here is more fun than in the Undercity.
Okay, well, I guess I have to be a little defensive right here because I don't have a lot of attacks. How's everyone in the chat there? We got a lot of people in the chat. Welcome. If you haven't been in the chat recently, I play Magic Arena, and I'm going to get sponsored by Wizards of the Coast on Monday, August 19th, and I'm going to give away prizes, booster codes for arena codes for booster packs. Let's make a lot of these little assassins.
Store my trophies.
We can do an unblockable 3/3 very soon. Welcome to the other people lurking as well. Okay, so that's a 3/5. I might be able to win the game next turn if that Skulker doesn't die, because I can then make it unblockable. They're going to sacrifice their weird for something amazing, which does 5 damage. Okay, well, that Skulker's dead. Right, that does 5 damage, 2 damage, plus 4 damage. Okay, that Skulker is dead. They're going to sacrifice a wizard. They then have a 4/4, which I can kill with my Death Touch critter. That's a 2/1 first strike, so they're going to sacrifice that right there. Spend a lot of mana to take out one creature. I'm going to do one more. Alright, so I've got one last Death Touch creature. They really want to take out my Vraska, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, now I'm just getting lands. Okay, well. Every time I get only a land, it's just a waste of a turn, and they get stronger, because you have to assume your opponent is 1,000,000 times better than you, just like that. So that's a 3-2. That cannot attack this turn. What does this thing do again? Whatever. Okay, so Davriel will do some fun stuff. I guess that's their final spell. So I have one final Death Touch creature. What's our times over here? This doesn't list times. They're gonna crew their Mizium tank. Another freaking land, okay. So that Spellgorger Weird is a 9/9. Okay, well, that's enough out of me. When you get, 3 turns of lands, it's like, what are you gonna do about that? So, let's move on. That's right, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Patreon. If you don't know the Patreon, it's right over here. Patreon.com/VMCombos. And while we're waiting for the opponent, we'll jump over here to the amazing cam where I can go like this. Yes, this is the amazing cam. Amazing stuff happens on the amazing cam. Back to the game. So, really, really slow hand. Alright, so here's the London Mulligan in effect here, because it's not horrific, actually. So, one of the few times that the London Mulligan wasn't horrible, because I can actually throw back some things that are not that great. But my opponent went to go get a sandwich. Instead of playing Magic. Alright, so we'll throw back a land, because all of these can be played. So next turn, Reaver... Okay, so I threw back a land, then I got another land, so okay, fine. Bond, worthless. Oh, we got the bad gateway again. Like, is this gonna happen during my stream where I debut in front of everyone? Yeah, whose fault is this? So, am I going to need to complain to 502 Bad Gateway? Sorry, folks, blah, blah, blah. So, what is the what is the reason for this? That, like, why would this not be working? Do we yell at Streamlabs? Do we yell at Mob Crush? Like, who's messing this up? I'm probably going to... I'm probably then not going to use Mob Crush on my big debut as a featured streamer, because if the game doesn't work, alright, so sorry about that, everyone. I don't know whose fault this is. It obviously just went out for some reason. Who knows why? It might come back on its own. Alright, so we'll at least have something to look at. I'll put it like this. And I'll switch back to the other game in a moment. So annoying. Can I create a brand new scene? Let's create a new scene. And then on that new scene, let's add a new source, which is game capture. We'll select that. Does that kind of work? I guess you can see the game now, at least. You can't see me, which obviously you would want to, but that might be a way for, at least if this goes weird. So let me know, can you see that? You can see something now, right? You can see the game full screen, and then I switched back to the other one, and then it's not behaving, so... Yeah, Mob Crush is supposed to be a multi-streaming thing. It's supposed to send my stream over to two things at once. Alright, so at least here you can see in this particular scene. Can I also put in a video capture device like this? So you can see all this behind the scenes stuff like that. Okay, I guess maybe I'll get big like that. What are we doing here? 12 to 13. How do they have 13 life? Okay, so everything got vigilance. I doubt that will actually work. I gotta go take out that planeswalker. So we'll do it like this, maybe, where the game is like full screen and I'm in the little corner right there. Maybe if I put myself over here, it doesn't really block anything. So So what am I doing here? That's... They have a combat trick. They have a combat trick, so...
Looks worse than it is.
Okay, so we'll do it that way. Glad you are the computer guy. I have no idea how this stuff works. Yeah, okay, so the problem is that then now the chat... Let's see if we can go back to the regular game here. Yes, this still says bad gateway. Stupid thing. Okay, well, your chat messages also do not appear. So... Oh, Massacre Girl. Do I have enough for Massacre Girl? Yes, I do. Okay, let's see this happen right now. Okay, this is the first time that Massacre Girl never did anything useful. Okay, well, ta-ta. Let's, can I put a chat? Where's our chat thing? Widgets, chat box. Let's put a chat box over here somewhere. And my regular game is still bad gateway. Like, why would it not even do that? That's so weird. Anyway, I got 2 War of the Sparks plus 200 gems. Amazing. So I've been streaming an hour and a half. Let's try finding another plugin. Yeah, like Mob Crush was working perfectly, and then it started to get like really weird. So that's super annoying. Let's play a little bit of this Boros deck right here. This is just for fun. Can you go ahead and type something in the chat to see if it appears properly on screen? Yeah, still says bad gateway. Okay, well, at least this works for some reason. We can switch to the amazing cam. And we can also switch to the card cam over here. Let's play with this one over here for a moment, actually. So I got here a copy of Star Wars number 108. I just got this at the comic shops recently. The original Star Wars comics went into from 1977 until like 1987 or something, issue 107, and this is 108 that they just published it. Then we've got this over here, Second Coming. This is the most controversial comic of the year. This was actually so controversial they got cancelled, and then another publisher says we'll publish it. So this is What If Jesus Returns to help the superheroes, and people got very, very offended by it, and then they canceled it, and then Ahoy Comics said we'll publish it. So I picked up a copy of it. It's so controversial you shouldn't even be looking at it because it's so controversial. So let's play TWP 2 Black. I play Black Knight. TWP, I'm not sure what that stands for. Let's play maybe one game of this Boros deck. This is kind of a fun, dumb deck. When it works amazingly. Basically, it relies on the 10th District Legionnaire. Sounds like an interesting concept. I think it is. Okay, so the chat messages are appearing a little bit lower than I might want. Tap, not twap. Tap 2 black. I played Black Knights. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Yep, classic Black Knight. That's a 2/2 with protection from white, right? So all I need is my 1 white mana, and then they will pay... Well, I guess it won't. Let's see if they fall for this. This is way too much action for this. This is way too much effort. Okay, they will block. How old is that comic? I'm just wondering. All of these are brand new. Actually, I just got them. So the Star Wars one is they just released it in 2009, but the original Star Wars comics were published, in 1977. They were actually published before the movie came out. And they went for 107 issues. So from 1977 to like 1987. The Second Coming one, that one's also brand new. It just came out in 2017. Oh, Black Knight also has First Strike? Really? Wow, that's super powerful. Because I remember that it had protection from white, but First Strike also, that's pretty amazing. It was only 2 mana, right? Back when these cards were so overpowered, right? Okay, I go first with a horrible hand again. There's another horrible hand, and that's okay. I hate you, algorithm. It's like you can't play Magic with with shite, right? So it's like, what's even the point to even try to play? When the algorithm messes with you like that, it's like, what is even the point? No, Magical Christmas Land is not going to happen that you're going to pull off an amazing upset at the last minute. I just really feel that like the digital version of it, it's like there's just like no mercy. If your hand is not good opening hand, it's like it's not going to work. So if I seem like I just concede too much, it's like I'm a realist. Okay, if I'm playing with people in real life, I can have fun and I can talk to them and it'll be fun. But like digitally here, it's like there's no point. If you have to mulligan twice in a row, there's no point to that. So, deal with it. Yeah, this is so weird. Like, freaking Streamlabs, why is this a bad gateway? I guess we'll keep it this. Okay, here's another horrible opening hand. And then when you have the London Mulligan, I see all of these amazing cards, but now I have to throw one back. So I guess I'll put the Knight's Pledge back. This is a very aggro deck, but I don't have anything to play with until turn 3. And then it's like here's another turn 3 for you. I'm gonna get Thought Erasure next turn right here. Losing another turn with nothing. Narset, interesting.
Past, present, and future are bound by threads of time.
Okay, so when I do auto pass, I mean auto pass. Why does it still want me to make a decision? Auto pass is self-explanatory. Okay, there's that Thought Erasure. So, look at this algorithm. Like, I got all 4 of my Legion, of my Sky Knight Legion. Like, what are the possibilities that I get all 4 of them? And again. Okay. At least they're down on lands, but then I'm getting all the lands, and then I got all my legionnaires. And a thought erasure, 1 legionnaire out of my hand. They're at 22 life. How did they get 22? And here's my mana flood. Okay. Again, like this deck, there's no reason why I should be getting this much land, you know? There's 1 Mortify. I want to keep that mountain in hand just to trick them into thinking that I've got something super valuable in my hand for them to thought erasure me. Restless Contempt. If I get another land, I'm conceding because it just makes no sense to get so many lands. Precognitive, scry 3, then draw 3 hand. Okay. That's a lot of mana flood. Thought erasure, you get to see my lands. Another craving. And worthless. Okay, so once again, you can't play Magic without Magic cards. I wouldn't really call that winning. It's more like wasting my time. They had enough cards in hand to do something meaningful. Okay, here's another horrible opening hand. Yeah, like, I don't know, chat. Like, I don't know. Am I being too pessimistic? Maybe I'm just sleepy. I don't know. Real talk. This is not fun anymore. Hopefully on Monday, I'll be in a better mood and we'll have a little bit more fun. In that Monday stream, so sorry to go down on end things on a downer. I've been streaming 1 hour 48 minutes. I really appreciate all of you coming to hang out. Really appreciate you all coming to hang out, and have a pack to open. Let's look at that actually, because here's something funny. I have a couple of packs to open actually. I have some Ixalan packs to open up. Rivals of Ixalan, Dominaria, Core Set 2019, Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, War of the Spark, and Core Set 2020. So Wizards of the Coast, thank you so much, has already given me some of these goodies to promote on Monday. They gave me 30 packs. of all of the sets currently in standard, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do some math right here. 8 times 30. They gave me 240 booster packs. Divided by 3.99. They gave me $60 worth of booster packs. And that's really cool. Now what I will open is these 3 War of the Sparks that I earned recently. I'll open the 30 on the stream later. So this will help me get towards the wild cards. Ashiok, I already have some Ashioks. Soul Diviner. The saddest card in all of Magic, the Heartwarming Redemption. It's actually more than a booster box because a booster box has 36. Has 36. What did I say it was? 8 times 30, 240 divided by 36. This is actually 6 booster packs full of cards. And I got an Ilharg right there. And then the last one. Got a Mythic Rare. And a Casualties of War. Okay, so I'm going to open the other ones on the stream. Plus, I already have my email where I'm going to give away booster packs. So yeah, this Monday at 3:33 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to do the stream. I will promise to be a better host on the stream, not be so pessimistic, and we'll have some fun on Monday. I've been streaming already for an hour and 51 minutes. So I think I'm going to wrap it up at this point, but thanks everyone for hanging out. Oh, one more thing. They also gave me 10,000 gems. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, #sponsored. They gave me 10,000 gems to play some sealed. They gave me 240 booster packs, and they gave me access codes to give all of you. And let's actually finish doing this. Let's go back to the comics cam and do this right here. Let's look at the other comics that I got. So, Usagi Yojimbo #1. This is a comic that's been published since 1984. Stan Sakai has created this furry comic about the... Actually, wait a minute. Let me do something cool right here. Let me put your chat messages on the screen. Chat box right here. Yeah, let's put your messages right here. Is it going to be afternoon? Yep, 3:33 p.m. Pacific time. So anyway, here, Usagi Yojimbo #1. This just came out, and it was a brand new series. So I got picked that up. Then I picked up the final issue of Shanda the Panda. This is number 50. This is a comic that's been published since like 1993. This is the My Big Fat Panda Wedding. So it's a fun, a funny animal comic. And this has been going on since the 90s. So on and off, they finally reached 50 issues. This is the last issue. R.I.P. Shanda the Panda. Okay, I got this. This is so funny. One of the things that I like to collect is black and white independent comics from the 80s. And this is a ripoff of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Preteen, Dirty Jean, Kung Fu Kangaroos. There were literally, no joke, like half a dozen Ninja Turtles ripoffs in the 80s. after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there was the Preteen, Dirty Jean, Kung Fu Kangaroos. There was the mildly microwaved prepubescent Gophers. I'm not making that up. There was also the Gangrene Geriatric Jujitsu Gerbils, and a bunch of other weird ones. So anyway, this is from Lee Mars. She made some cool independent underground comics in the late 80s. Sounds like a parody comic. Yeah, definitely. This is a total parody of the Ninja Turtles. And lastly, I got this, Ranma 1/2, or in the original Japanese, Ranma Nibun no Ichi. This is the color number 1. I love this manga. This was one of the first ones that I picked up when I started to get into manga in the 90s. And I never had this. So I went on, I think I got, where did I get these? Some fun comic shop online, and I was able to get these. So what about you in the chat there? Have you ever read Ranma 1/2? This is a classic manga from the 80s and 90s. It went on way too long, just like a lot of these manga and anime that last forever. But you know, like the first volume is cool. This is by Rumiko Takahashi, and I got that. So these are the comics that I got. Got a bunch of other ones and stuff on my shelf over there. But I wanted to show that off before we wrap it up. And we'll go back to the amazing cam, where I have to have my prerequisite amazing attire. Never heard of Ranma 1/2, really? I never knew I liked manga. Yep, I do. Recently got into manga back in 2014. Actually, people's words are getting cut off, aren't they?